Okay, the first way I showed you how to solve quadratics, that's where the highest power is 2, is factoring. Oops, it's a little slanted. The second way was completing the square. Now, they took completing the square to a generic equation. I'm not going to make a video on it. We did it in class and came up with a formula, quadratic formula. Now, you really need to know the quadratic formula, and you really need to know how to complete the square if you're going to continue on in upper level math. Now, quadratic formula should be easy peasy. The hardest part is memorizing it. Now, you could remember it with the song, here is negative b, here is negative b, plus or minus square root, plus or minus square root, b squared minus 4ac, b squared minus 4ac, all over 2a, all over 2a. Hey, that was better than Snoop Diggity Dog. So here we go. Now, if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, but you don't have to, you could actually write down what the A, B, C are. Now remember, we're using the generic quadratic equation to represent what's B and what's C and what's A. A is our coefficient of x squared, B is our coefficient of x, C is our constant. So now it's just pluggy-chuggy. So the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 6 squared. Now b is negative, that'd still be positive because you're squaring the whole of b. Minus 4 times a times c, all over 2a. So let's simplify. Negative 6 plus or minus 4 times 5 is 20. 36 minus 20 is 16. Now 16 is a perfect square, so we can simplify this. It'd be negative 6 plus or minus 4 over 2. That means the original polynomial was factorable, which didn't matter because it said so by quadratic formula. But negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Or negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. So here we go again. Now I'm not going to mark A, B, C. You can. Yay. So negative B. B is 1. Plus or minus the square root of B squared. Well, B is 1. 1 squared is 1. Minus 4 times 2 times 3. And that'd be 24. All over 2a. A is 2, so 2a would be 4. So negative 1 plus or minus. Now 1 minus 24 is a negative square root of 23. Whenever you have a negative under the square root, you have to pop your eye out and see what's going on. So this would be 23 all over 4. Now technically I put a little x in front of it. Okay, let's try another one. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. So that'd be minus 8 all over 2a. So that'd be negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 41 all over 4. Yes. So there's one last one on the page. You do it and then turn me back on. Okay, now notice when you're doing a quadratic formula, everything has to be simplified and on one side of the equation. So if you had a number over here, you'd have to move it over. A variable term, move it over. So here, negative 4 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 1, so it's the opposite of minus, so it'd be 12. All over 2a, which is 6. So it'd be 4ac, 4 times 3 is 12, times the negative 1 is minus 12, be plus 12. So negative 4 plus or minus square root of 28. I'm going to bring this up because it's kind of dark on my screen for some reason. Must be the morning moon outside. So here we go. 28 is 4 times 7. So it'd be negative 4 plus or minus 2 square root of 7 over 6. Simplify everything because there is a number that goes into all three terms, so we can. So it'd be negative 2 plus or minus square root of 7 all over 3. I can reduce it by 2. Now, quadratic formulas should not be that hard of a process. You're just plugging numbers into variables, which we did that back in August. Hey, have a good day.